The Big Con is a 2021 indie title developed by Mighty Yell out of Toronto. You play as Allison Allie Barlow, a teen girl in 90s America who plays the trombone and works in mom's video store, which owes $91,000 to loan sharks. And that's $91,000 in the 90s, which is like $1 million today. So you do the logical thing. Skip band camp and hit the road with budding con artist Ted. Ted shows Allie how to pick pockets, tail marks, and pull the con so she can save the video store. Sounds exciting, right? Well, unfortunately, the concept doesn't quite translate. And I'll tell you why, but first, want to look good for your stream? Check out calderalab.com and refresh your skin for your face cam. No, this isn't a Raid Shadow Legends ad where I'm getting paid up front for a game I haven't downloaded, just showing some love for friends of the show. Caldera Lab offers a clinically proven serum called The Good. Reduces fine lines, wrinkles, redness, tightens the skin, as well as a gentle face wash and moisturizer that check all the ethical boxes. Tell them Vaughn sent you by using my promo code FRY15 at checkout and save 15% on your order. The Big Con has an endearing art style that doesn't look like a 90s game, but instead like a teen girl's sketchbook. The characters are all wild colors, which reminds me of the cartoon Doug everyone seems to have forgotten about. I played on the Xbox Series X, and though the Big Con features the optimized for Series XS badge, I don't see how there could be a difference. It's not like the next-gen version is unlocking pseudo-hand-drawn ray tracing. Allie and Ted con their way through locations to a jamming soundtrack, lots of lo-fi beats, some light grunge tracks. It makes for a pleasant, chill gaming environment. You should explore the Big Con's options. There's no difficulty setting, but you can turn on an easy mode by making pickpocketing automatic. There's also an optional laugh track, which for a game set in the 90s when live studio audience sitcoms dominated TV, it's a worthwhile inclusion. Unfortunately, the pocket picking mechanic is the closest thing resembling gameplay the Big Con has to offer. Even if you want to pull off a confident scamming fetch quest, you're probably going to have to yank something anyway. I'm hesitant to use the term puzzles here because getting through the main story is an absolute breeze and shouldn't take 6 hours even if you act out the dialogue. In my first impression stream, I voiced Allie as Winona Ryder. Not ashamed. Yep, it's a modern dialogue-heavy game with voice acting limited to just a quick exclamation prompting a text box. I like how you can choose from options inside the dialogue, but your decisions have little if any consequence. Full disclosure, I did receive a press code for the Big Con. Still, I feel misled and it's not as open as promised. You're unlikely to run into barriers requiring more than routine and obvious exploration to pass. In the event you're stuck, there are hints that come from a PSA spitting ghost if you need them. Is it worthwhile for a game that is seeking to pull the 90s heartstrings to not function as a 90s game? I'm not saying the Big Con needed to be a bullet hell shooter, but at least offer a taste of 90s gaming difficulty. I would have appreciated more gameplay. I'm not asking for a AAA lie detecting engine, but how about getting chased after stealing a wallet? As is, there's no real sense of excitement or danger. But if you do manage to fail 3 times, your punishment is rewinding videotapes. And that's where the Big Con excels, in a tough to qualify realm of charm. I instantly liked Allie, and her hesitance to rip people off shows her underlying good nature. There are some twists in the story, and the humor kept me engaged, at least to the extent of a $15 indie title. Tons of 90s-centric Easter eggs, like The Rock with a fanny pack, Wayne and Garth from Husk Till Dawn, a barista name-dropped Wander song, and that's when it hit me how the Big Con feels familiar. Wander Song is a captivating but chill indie game with an impactful story that moved me, but it also had unique gameplay, and I think Mighty Yell was looking toward Wander Song for inspiration, but didn't quite hit the mark. You know how we have terms roguelike, souls-like? Maybe we need to include wander-like. Sure, I spotted some mistakes like this comedy show ticket icon showing as a bus ticket. You left the K off think, and there's a good chance this gets patched. But there's little to do in the Big Con other than a laborious second playthrough for achievement mop-up. Don't want to spoil the ending, but there's no boss fight with which to provide hints, and I found myself in a rather sudden romance with a character I don't recall speaking with outside of a late in-game optional phone call. I really wanted to enjoy the Big Con more. Look, if you're wanting a relaxing pre-sleep, wind-down indie budget title with likability, humor, and a touch of story with 90s nods, then you'll do fine, but as a game, I give the Big Con a 6.0 out of 10. Actually, what if the joke is on us and the Big Con referenced in the title is in fact conning the nostalgic gamer out of $15? If that's the case, then the Big Con is the ultimate meta joke on the market, and I give it a 9.0 out of 10.
If you appreciate a YouTube channel that doesn't just pad out content to get to the 8-minute mark so that it can hammer you with ad breaks, then you should subscribe to my son's channel. You just got done watching it.